Hello dear friends, my name is Zahid Besharati and in this training we will cover most useful Excel function. As you know, Excel uses cells to store data and convert it into information. You can enter some formulas yourself or use some pre-saved formulas in Excel that we refer to as function. Their usage is very easy. For example, the function sum or function max. This function only requires you to write their names and then input the necessary parameters. If there are any condition, you can specify them and use function. I had previously prepared a table and we intend to practice this function on this table together. Well, as you can see, we have a sheet 1 and sheet 2. And through the page layout header, you can set right to left. And then, for example, I changed the alignment from the right to left. You can see sheet 1 and sheet 2. We intend to practice this function on this table together. Sheet 2 is the table that we are going to work on together. I have placed a title called book name and listed the names of books such as math, social studies, science, history, health, and other books. I have also placed, for example, first grade, second, fifth grade, which are in random order. First, sixth, fifth, ninth, second, and other grades. And the prices of the books. Also, the number of copies sold for each book. Sold. Now we want to practice the first function together, which is the sum function. So when writing a formula or function, the first thing you do is to put an equal sign. And sum means the total sum. For example, the sum of sales. I want to calculate the total number of sales or total sold. I just need to write in the cell equal sum. open parentheses, select and close parentheses. And then click enter. You see that it shows 823 for me, meaning that you have calculated total sold with formula equal sum. When click this, this formula it show you in column 8, row 5 to row 18 in each column. Total sold is 823. Okay, I try again. Equal, type sum, open parentheses, select the number sold and close parentheses, then enter. Now, if we want to use the max function or maximum, we are going to find the maximum value among the prices listed in the column for books. This column, the price of these books. Okay. We want to determine which book has the highest price. To achieve this, we apply the max function and then select the range of this column. By selecting the appropriate column and closing the parentheses, then pressing enter, you will obtain the maximum price. Okay, I do it. Maximum price. Equal sign and type max, then open the parentheses, select the range of column G, then close parentheses and pressing enter. Okay, maximum up price these books up is 24 for 24 is for spelling book. Okay, well, in this column that we are looking at, the highest price is 24, which has been assigned for spelling book. I do again, equal, type max, open parentheses, and selected the column range, then close parentheses and pressing enter. This is the highest price of these books. Okay, we done max function and tick done from here. And select the green color. Okay. We have another function called mean. And we want to see what the mean function does. And we go to sheet 2. The mean function displays the minimum. So here we write mean, and it's enough for you to type equal mean. Minimum price. Okay, we type equal mean and open parentheses, and once again you just need to select this column and close the parentheses. What column? Price column. Price, select price column and close, then press enter. Okay. When you press enter, it shows you the minimum, which is the $9. $9 is for science, grade 6. Okay, I select yellow color and border from here. Okay, I do again. Type equal mean, means minimum price of the books. Then open parentheses and select this column and close parentheses and press enter. This is the like maximum. Okay, go to sheet 1 and tick down the minimum. Okay, save the file. Now, if we want to get the total sales in this section, we have the quantity here in this column and quantity in this price and sold. We just want to multiply these two numbers together, this column and this column. We want to multiply together. To do this, I will tell you another things. The active cell. The active cell is called the cell we clicked on, and it's surrounded by a green frame. This is a active cell surrounded by green frame. In this section on the left side of the screen, it shows the address of that cell. Like here, C5 or C6 or B6. It's active cell. Okay, we click here to active that cell. I bring this cell as an active cell and write the formula for multiplication using the star symbol or the multiplication sign. Then I select the next cell, which can be G5 and H5, like this. Select G5, star, and H5. Then press enter. It shows us the result, 1050. Okay, I do again, equal, click here, then star means multiply, and select this column and press enter. It shows us the result. Now, if we want to multiply this one by one, it gets a little hard for us. In Excel, they have given us a feature that when you bring the mouse pointer to the corner of this active cell, a plus sign or a plus symbol appears for you. Active cell, and this corner a plus sign. Just hold it and drag it downwards. Okay, hold it and drag it downward. And magic. Excel itself copies the rest according to the rule we define in this row and this cell. If you want to verify the accuracy of this action, you can go this cell. For example, you will notice that is the multiply this cell's quantity by the price, and so on. Okay, click here. It's equal G7 multiply H7. I do again. Okay, this sign, hold and downward to all column. Then we have the total sold, like this. G11 to multiply H11. Well, with the function sum, max, and min, we got acquainted, And we also learn how to multiply the value of one column by the values of another column and display them. I do again. Okay, for multiply this column to this column, I type equal sign and select column G and type star means multiply and select this cell and click or press enter. For another cells, we active this cell and hold the sign for all the column. The count function is a commonly used function that shows us the cells and ranges containing numbers. Function count. I go to sheet 2. For example, here I'm writing count and use the formula equal sign and count, open parentheses and select this column and close parentheses, then press enter. It show me 0. It showed me 0. Let me correct this. And select this column and enter. It showed me 14. In the previous example, because I selected this column and there was no number in that column, the cell that contained numerical value was not there and it showed me 0 output. But in this column G, which has almost 15 cells and only one cell in displayed as text. In this column, we select 15 cells and only this cell is text. When we selected all, it gave us 14 outputs, which means it said that out of these 15 cells, only 14 cells contain numbers. Now, if we want to practice this for another example, it might be easier for you to understand. For example, I select these 3 cells. Well, I have selected 3 cells and the count function wants to tell me how many of these cells contain numbers. Okay. I correct it for these 3 cells and press enter. Well, the output of this formula should be, the output of this function should be the number 2 because 2 out of these 3 cells contain numbers. Two out of these 3 cells contain numbers. When I close the parentheses and press enter to display the number 2. Number 2. Okay, I do again. Function count. I delete it and type equal and then type count, select count, open parentheses. For example, I select this column that contain 15 cells, then close parentheses and then press enter. It showed me 14 because contain 14 numbers. I go back to sheet 1 and tick count. Okay. Now let's get acquainted with the COUNTA function. The COUNTA function counts everything and tells me how many cells contain values. Now, whether these values are numbers or text. Well, I'm writing the COUNTA function here. Okay, for this function, we type equal and COUNTA and open parentheses. I have selected these 5 cells. Look here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I delete this. And I selected these 5 cells. I have selected these 5 cells. Well, COUNTA should tell me that out of these 5 cells, 4 cells contain value. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1 cell is empty. This cell is empty. Okay, look here. I update this from here to here. From J4 to, excuse me, I4 to I8. Well, COUNTA should tell me that out of these 5 cells, 4 cells contain values and 1 cell is empty. Let's see if it shows us the number 4 or not. Okay, press enter. Yes, so the job of the COUNTA function is to count the cells that are filled, and it does not matter whether they are numbers or text. I do again, type equal and type COUNTA, in parentheses, and select these 5 cells, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and close parentheses and press enter. It showed to me 4. Well, you see, when I updated this, it changed to the number 5 because out of that number of cells, every 5 of them contain value. Look here, I update this cell and it changed to 5 because out of that number of cells, every 5 of them contained values. Okay, I border COUNTA and I clean that and save file. So we learned the job of the COUNTA function is to count the cells that are filled, and it doesn't matter whether they are numbers or text. Okay, tick COUNTA. I'm done it. The next function is average function or mean, which is a very easy and commonly used function. Here I am typing average. Here I am typing average. For example, if you want to see the average number of your sales, it's enough to type equal sign and type average, select average, or open parenthesis, then select your sales column. It's our sales number. Select this column and then close the parentheses and then press enter. Okay. The average number is calculated. Let's say it's 62.35. It's our average. Because the average function summed up the column and divided it by the number of the entries. summed up the column and divided it by the number of entries. Number of entries is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 14. Now if you click on it, you will understand the addresses of the columns. It's blue borders. And you can also calculate the average yourself using a formula. I do it. For example, write sum and set it equal to the total sum of the values in this column. Then divide it by the number and calculate the average function. Okay, I use sum function, parentheses, sum of this column and close parentheses, its sum. Okay, average is divide to 40. Look here. We write sum and set it equal to the total sum of the value. Then divided it by the number of 14. The number of hours sold. Okay, I clean the cells and do again average function. I type the equal sign, then type average, and open parentheses and select our data or our cells, then close parentheses and press enter. 62.35. It's our average. Okay, I update this COUNTA. All this I column. Save it and take down average function. Okay, save our files. The next function we want to learn together is the if function. If function. The if function or conditional gives us the power to create conditions and apply a series of conditions to the values provided to us. We write equal if, open parentheses. Well, it has defined itself for us and said that if the condition is true, you display the values if true, and if it's false, display the values if false. What values do you want to display if it's true, and what values if it's false? Look here, logical test, it's for select the cell, and value if true and value if false. Okay, we want to say that if the total sales are higher than 1000, for example, you say whether it includes a discount or not. We want to say that if the total sales are higher than 1000, for example, you say it includes a discount or not. Well, let me first make this cell for you here. Set this cell discount, and we want to write here that if the total sales are more than $1000, you give it a discount. Okay, let me first make this cell discount. Okay, and border. Okay. Well, for this here I write equal sign if, and open parenthesis. It says logical test. It says logical test, which means that logical expression. I say if this cell greater than or equal greater than and equal or equal to 1000, you come and say, for example, it includes a discount. And if it's not, write no discount and close the parenthesis. Okay. If this cell is greater than 1000, greater than or equal 1000, say to us yes, or if less than 1000, say not include discount, and close parenthesis. See, because this figure is more than, the condition it includes a discount. See, because this figure, this cell, is more than the condition, it includes a discount. Now let me use that autofill feature that fills in automatically. I continue until the end. Select the autofill feature and continue until the end. Okay, look here. This cell is more than the condition and includes discount, and this cell or this book does not include a discount. And in this way you can use if. First put your condition. Condition is greater than 1000. Then after that, in case the condition is true, if the condition is true, what message should be displayed to you, and if the condition is not true, what message should be displayed to you. I do again for you. Delete all cells. I type equal sign if, open parentheses, select the logical test or cell. If this cell equals than 1000, for example, and value if true, for example, okay, and value if false, not. It's a test, and close parentheses, and then press enter and use autofill for all the cells in this column, and you see this book, for example, is okay, and this book is not include discount. VLOOKUP is a widely used function, especially in accounting and search operations. VLOOKUP function. Okay. Let's work with VLOOKUP together. With VLOOKUP, we especially the condition we want to search for and the value we want to find. For example, let's say we want to look up the price of a math book in the table. Look at me. We type VLOOKUP. Okay, here book name, and here price. For example, let's say we want to look up the price of a math book in the table. We type math, and here equal sign, and type VLOOKUP. Okay, here. Okay, we look up value first. We select lookup value. Okay, click mass, then comma, table array here, for example here it is table array. Now press comma, column index number. Okay, this is the column 1, this is column 2, and price is in column 3. Okay, we type column 3, then comma, and it is the range lookup. True is approximate match and false is exact match. We can type 0 and close parentheses and press enter. Okay, it shows us 10. 10 is the price of the mass. Okay, in this VLOOKUP function, we write the formula for VLOOKUP and place the mass name as the lookup value. Then we select the table array where we want to search for the book and apply VLOOKUP. We also need to specify the column number. Column number, after the comma, it asks for the column number. Column 3 typed. So if I change the book name to science, it would show me the price of the science. For example, science. Look here. It would show me $9 because it searches and finds the price for us. If I change the book name to history and click, it would show me $18. History's price is 18. Okay, it's VLOOKUP. I do again. I delete here and here. Okay, book name, we type health, for example here, health. We want to know how much is health. For this, we use the VLOOKUP function and type equal and VLOOKUP, click or open parentheses and select health, then press comma, then select table array, and then click comma, and column number for price is here 1 2 3, and we type 3, then comma and true or 0 for approximate match or exact match. Then close parentheses and press enter. Okay, if change with this, okay. uh, Look here, it's price for health, and we can change this name for science, for example, science, change to science price number. Okay, we border these cells and color them, then tick the VLOOKUP, that means done that. Okay, okay. Now, if we want to add a drop-down list to this VLOOKUP, what should we do? Drop-down list to this VLOOKUP. Well, it's very easy. Let me provide another example. Let me provide another example with VLOOKUP where we will test it with a drop-down list. Let's say we want to calculate the total sales for a science. Okay, we type the function drop down list. Okay, type here book name, and here total sale or total sold. Okay, now you have learned that with the VLOOKUP function you can easily select VLOOKUP, then select the book name as the lookup value and add comma. Look here, I type equal sign and VLOOKUP function, click here, open parentheses and lookup value. Okay, here I type, okay, before I type, for example, science, and type equal sign and VLOOKUP. It's open, it opens parentheses and lookup value, select science, then comma or semicolon, then table array. Table array is here, then comma, and column index number is 1 2 3 4 5. Total sales is number 5. Then we can type 0 or 1. 0 for true, approximated match, or exact match. We type 0, then close parentheses, and then enter. It shows me the total sold for science, 225. Okay, I change to math, and it shows me math total sales 1050. And if I change to history, for example, story, change to 100, 1404. Okay. Now I want to turn this part into a drop-down list so that I can easily select and display the total sales for me. For this, you go to the data tab. Look here. We go to the data tab. Data tab is here. Select data validation. Choose list, data validation, setting, and choose list. Then select the source. Our source is here. Book names. Here, from here. Then press OK. Oh, I rank. I select this cell. I select this cell and go to data tab and select data validation and select list, then select source here from here, then okay. Okay. As you can see, Excel has created a drop-down list for us. Excel has created a drop-down list for us. So when we select social studies, it shows the total sales for social studies. When we select a history, then it shows the total sale or total sold for history. Okay, my health 945, it's for health. This was a combination of the VLOOKUP function and a drop-down list. Okay. This was a combination of the VLOOKUP function and drop-down list, where you select from the drop-down list and VLOOKUP find those values for us. Science, spelling, okay, I do again for you. We can, okay, we can delete from here. And delete from data validation. validation. Okay. We have book name and total sales or sold. We type equal sign, we look up, then click here, open parentheses, look up value. For example, spelling, semicolon, and table array. We select table array, then comma or semicolon. Then column index number is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then type 0 and close parentheses and press enter. Okay. We can change to history, for example. It change total sale, or select this cell and from data tab and data validation, setting, and select list, source, and enter. Then OK. From here we can change these books, and it changes automatically total sale. This was a combination of the lookup function and drop-down list. When we select the book, for example, math, it shows the total sales for math, $1,050. Okay, done the drop-down list function. Border that and select the yellow, then select the ticked here. Okay, and okay, and the concatenate function. This concatenate function is also useful. Its application is very straightforward. Okay, concatenate function. You simply write, okay, I write concatenate, and you simply write equal sign and type concatenate. Okay, open parentheses. Well, now we want to display two texts side by side with concatenate, meaning the concatenate function displays two texts together. For example, it displays the first name and last name together. Now let's try an example. For example, we want to type math and book name and grade of this book name together. For example, math and first. Okay, text 1 is here, and comma or semicolon, and select text 2 and close parentheses and then select enter or press enter. Okay. Well, as you can see, it's written continuously. But we want to have a space between them. To create a space after this comma, after this semicolon or comma, put a double quotation mark and a space, another double quotation, and before the second text put a comma, then press enter. This way you can easily create a space between two texts. I do again for you. Equal sign, concatenate. Concatenate is for display two texts side by side. This function is for display two or more texts side by side. Okay, select this text and semicolon and double quotation, a space, another double quotation, semicolon and another text, then close parentheses, then press enter. Okay, science 6th. It's concatenate function. Okay, I tick done for it. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you a great feature that's in the latest version of Excel, and it's called Flash Fill. Flash Fill, here it's the 11th function or feature of Excel that we will learn. Okay. In order to show you how Flash Fill works, I have created a simple spreadsheet, and it's basically a list of 50 names and phone numbers. Column N is the name and 50 name and phone numbers. Simple spreadsheet. And here to the right of the names, I have a column for the first name and first initial and phone number, new phone number. Okay, I type the first thing I need to do is show Excel what kind of information I want. I'm going to click and type here Julissa. The first thing is show Excel what kind of information I want. Okay, we want the Julissa. For example, Julissa. I typed here. I'm going to click and type in Julissa and then enter on the keyboard. Enter. And next I go to the data tab and look for the data tools and find flash fill. Here, data tab and data tools and find flash fill. Flash fill is here. So I click on flash fill and look what it did. Okay, for example, Mackie. It figured out based on the data that I had already typed into column N or column L. It figured out based on the data that I had already typed into column L. I typed Julissa and flash fill typed other first name. Okay, let's try it just with first initial. So I type J and this time I'm gonna just click here a few cells done just to prove to you that you can select any cell in the column that you want to flash fill to. Also this time instead of clicking on flash fill in tab data, this time instead of clicking on flash fill I want to use the keyboard shortcut. It's Ctrl plus E. So you just hold Ctrl and tap E. And it does the same thing as if you had clicked the flash fill button. Okay, you can check here C Charlie, Holly H. It's very magic. So take a look at that. It worked perfectly. Y and H. I have the first initial of the first name. Okay. If there is any pattern at all, it will try to see that pattern, understand it, and then mimic it. So, for example, let's say you have a list of phone numbers and you want to put in the dashes for the phone numbers. We have the phone numbers, and here I type the phone numbers with dashes. For example, type 44 and dash and dash and okay. I want to put in the dashes for the phone number here, 444-625-56 and 97. You can do that. I can type control, I can use shortcut control and E, or I can go to the data tab and click flash fill. Okay. Okay. You can see and check the phone number with dashes. For example, it's very easy and very help you. Okay, I do again. You can delete the phone number or initial. I have 50 name with phone number and 50 names with phone numbers. I want to use flash fill for do this. For example, for first initial, I type J and click flash fill, or type phone number with dash and click another cell for active that and flash fill. Yeah, save. Okay, I done the flash fill feature or function, and I tick them.